Hello everyone and welcome to another game of Squirrels Baseball. I am Aaron and we've got another game here at Wrigley Field. I think this is only game 2, I do believe. Don't have my phone with me to look that up. I think yesterday was only the first game here. Got the regular lineup in today along with one of the regular pitchers, so we would hope that means good things. Also, the Cubs won't be throwing CC Sabathia. Which, no shade to, I believe, Scott Gabbard. No shade to him, but I'm pretty sure he would also admit he is not CC Sabathia. Not that any of this really matters. It's all pretty academic. We've already locked into the division champion spot, number 1 seed in the NL spot. And the Cubs, I think they could pass the Brewers, but it would be pretty unlikely at this point. So Kester's going to lead things off today for the Squirrels, and he will start off with the changeup that is down and away. Ground ball to second. Oh, goes right through Santana. An E4 to start the game. So that'll bring Marvin to the plate. He will bat right-handed for the moment. That changeup too low. Check over on first. Kester safely back. Foul back. Makes it a 1-1 count. Line drive off the... Couldn't tell if that was off the tarp or the dugout, but over in that area. Another fouled away pitch. Marvin making life difficult for Gabbard. Swings and misses at this one for the first out of the inning. That will bring Chief to the plate. 1 on, 1 out. He looks at a fastball right down the middle for strike 1. Kester takes off on what I think was supposed to be a hit and run, though Chief did not hit the pitch. Kester in safely at second anyway. So the Squirrels now with the runner in scoring position with 1 out, but an 0-2 count at the plate. And Chief pops this one up. Ozuna going back to the foul line, makes the grab. That'll bring Terry to the plate. Runner still on second, now with 2 outs. So that changeup is too low. Up and out makes it 2-0. Bounces in 3-0. There's a called strike on a changeup that was borderline, to be frank. Ground ball right to Santana. He grabs this one, and that will end the inning. So the Squirrels, no hits, but they do threaten. No runs, though. Matt Merton's going to lead things off for the Cubs. Let's see, we've got the regular lineup in. Graves on the mound. Graves will start things off with a fastball. It gets ground to second. Kester on to first for the first out. 1 pitch, 1 out. Here's Orlando Cabrera. That slider slides too far inside. There's a changeup for strike 1. Outside makes it 2-1. Comes back with the slider, gets a swing and a miss to make it 2-2. This pitch is too low. We've got a full count. 1 out, nobody on. Swing and a miss at the changeup, and that will be the second out of the inning. That'll bring Carlos Pena into the batter's box. That slider stays too high. And that fastball just a bit too far outside. It's 2-0. There's a called strike. Another called strike makes it 2-2. Down and away. We've got a full count with 2 outs. Nobody on base. Called strike 3 on a high fastball. That will end the inning. So, no hits, no runs. The Cubs with an error, though. Frank will start things off for the Squirrels in the second. So Gabbard, obviously very early on, still has a no-hitter going, though not a perfect game. Frank with an 0-2 count. Watches this one go by, 1-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. One down, Tom at the plate. He swings and misses at a curveball. And that fastball stays too high. We've got a 1-1 count. Outside, makes it 2-1. Gabbard puts a changeup in the zone, and Tom whiffs on it. 2-2. Hits this one, a line drive. It's going to be right in front of the warning track. I think it one-hopped the wall, or at least landed very close to the base after that hop. So that'll be a one-out double. Brings Zach to the plate. He will look at strike 1. Swing and a miss, makes it 0-2. This one just outside, Zach lays off. Swings and misses. 2 away, Joey at the plate. He's likely going to need a hit to drive in that first run of the game. First pitch, a curveball up in the zone, called a strike. This one ground to short, Cabrera to first, and that'll end the innings. Squirrels do get the first hit of the game, but still no runs. Rongo Rongo's going to lead things off for the Cubs in the bottom half of the inning. First pitch is called a strike. Swing and a miss, makes it 0-2. Up the middle, but not hit very hard. Joey's able to pick it up and get it to first. One down, here is Santana. Started off the game with an error, and Kester subsequently stole second, but thankfully for him, it did not lead to a run. He's got a 1-1 count in this at-bat. Pops this one foul. Well, pops is not quite the right word. Tom didn't have a prayer at making that play. Grounds this one a bit of a high hop to third, but it will be the second out of the inning. Here is Telemaco. 2 outs, nobody on, and he will swing and miss at the first pitch. Hits this one towards second. Kester catches it on the fly. No runs as we go into the third. Graves is going to lead things off for Indianapolis. Graves had been hitting the ball fantastically, but he's cooled off as of late. Averaged back down into the high 100s. Has an 0-2 count in this at-bat. Swing and a miss, strike 3. One away, here's Kester, who again reached on an error in his first at-bat. Gabbard, 4 strikeouts the first time through the Squirrels order. That's pretty good. Kester has a 1-1 count to start this at-bat. And this one bounces in, makes it 2-1. Outside, makes it 3-1. Popped up, Ozuna goes into foul ground and makes the grab. 2 down, here's Marvin. He was one of those strikeout victims the first time up. After a lengthy at-bat, I might add. Looks at strike 1. That pitch down and away. Hits this one, a ground ball to short. Cabrera takes care of that, and we will go to the bottom of the third. Still no runs in the game. Pablo Ozuna will lead things off for Chicago. First pitch is called a strike. Yeah, that pitch a bit too high. And that one breaks inside, makes it a 2-1 count. There's a called strike. Ozuna didn't care for the call. Fouls off that changeup. Still 2-2. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. One away. Shabilo in the. Say a pretty fresh draft pick. Looks at strike 1. Grounds this one to second. Kester will get it to first for the second out of the inning. Here is Gabbard. Kaysen. I don't know where I got Scott. Kaysen Gabbard. He's got a 1-1 count. Looks like he is hitting like a pitcher, which you would, assume. Has a 1-2 count after that swing and a miss. This one outside. Gabbard does not chase it. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Well, no runs as we go into the 4th inning. Not a lot has happened, actually. Chief is going to lead things off for the Squirrels. So the Cubs without a base runner. The Squirrels with 2. Only one of them by way of hit. That's going to be a base hit. A line drive into center field. Shabilo gets that back in. Leadoff single brings Terry to the plate. He ground out, I believe, to short in his first at-bat. Looks at strike 1 here. That pitch is outside. Chief with a hit and run, but he'll have to go back to first as this pop-up will be caught by Gabbard. 1 on, 1 out. Frank struck out in his first at-bat. That fastball too far inside. And that curveball did not make it back to the plate. 2-0. There's a called strike. Pretty much right down the middle. Line drive, that'll go into right field. Chief will stay at second. So runners on first and second for Tom. 1 away. Tom grounds this one right over third, and it gets through into the outfield. Merton getting it back in, but he throws to second, concedes the run, which was probably the right call. The Squirrels now leading 1-0. Still have runners on first and second for Zach with 1 out. He has an 0-2 count at the moment, though. This pitch up by his head. Not dangerously so, but swing and a miss, strike 3. 2 outs. Here's Joey. Still 2 on. That curveball is inside. There's a called strike. Inside again, makes it 2-1. Swing and a miss makes it 2-2. Looks at strike 3. Squirrels certainly could have gotten more there, but they do come away with the first run of the game. And the Cubs back to the top of the order in the 4th. 4 strikeouts for Graves the first time through the Cubs orders. Merton not one of them. He ground out to Joey. Looks at strike 1. Swings and misses to make it 0-2. And I don't think that changeup did what either Graves or Tom wanted it to. Thankfully it was out of the zone. Ground ball back up the middle. This one will get through for a base hit. That is the first Cubs hit. First Cubs base runner of the game. On a not all that hard hit ball up the middle, but hit hard enough, I suppose. Brings Orlando Cabrera to the plate, and he has an 0-2 count. Graves goes with the changeup, hit right back to him, goes off of Graves. Joey fields it. Merton was easy pickings at second. He froze to see if that ball would be caught in the air, but so 1 away. Carlos Pena with the runner still on first, though a different runner. Has an 0-2 count in this at-bat. Ooh, just misses inside. 1-2. Called strike 3. Actually, probably would reverse those 2 calls, but it's the second out either way. Rongo with the runner on first. Looks at strike 1. Swings and misses for strike 2. Ground ball to second, Kester to first, and that'll end the inning. We go to the fifth, 1-0 Squirrels lead. Graves will lead things off. Graves struck out swinging in his first at-bat. Looks at strike one here. Swing and a miss will make it 0-2. And this pitch is outside. Hits this towards third. Ozuna catches it on a hop. Not a great throw, but Pena able to grab it and get back to the base. So we'll go to the third go-around of the Squirrels' order. Kester has reached on an error and fouled out. Gabbard up to 6 strikeouts on the day. Kester with a 2-0 count. Hits this one up the middle. Oh, it goes off of Gabbard. He's able to recover and get the out. Looks like he's okay. Marvin at the plate with 2 outs. He is 0 for 2. Looks at strike one. And this one a bit outside. Makes it 1-1. That's too low. 2-1. Swing and a miss to make it 2-2. Into center field. Will Shabilo get there? He will not. That will fall in for a base hit. 1 on with 2 outs. Chief got a base hit. Came around to score the only run of the game so far. He will take a ball in this at-bat and then swing and miss to make it 1-1. Swings and misses again on the curveball. This one a bit wild, but Rongo does keep it in front of him. Swing and a miss, strike 3. That will end the top of the 5th. We go to the bottom half of the inning with the Squirrels still leading 1-0. Santana will lead it off for Chicago. Santana ground out in his first at-bat. Swings and misses at the first pitch. Swings and misses again to make it 0-2. Curveball, ground towards the middle. Kester able to get there and get it to first for the first out of the inning. That'll bring Telemaco to the plate. He looks at strike one. Pops up, Tom makes the catch in foul ground. 2 down, here is Ozuna, who struck out in his first at-bat. Looks at strike one here. Swing and a miss to make it 0-2. Grounds this one back to Graves, gets it to first in plenty of time, and that will end the 5th inning. We go to the 6th. Squirrels still up 1-0. Terry's going to lead things off for Indianapolis. Terry is 0 for 2. Gabbard is starting to wipe his brow. Actually started at the end of last inning. First pitch in there for a strike over the outside corner. Second pitch crosses a bit high. Might have been inside as well. Terry with a line drive into right. That'll be a leadoff single. Frank, 1 for 2 on the day. Trying to remember if he had the RBI hit. I don't think he did. Hits this one towards first. Pena goes to second with it. There is a return throw, but it's actually closer than I thought, but not in time. Tom, 2 for 2. I do believe he has the RBI hit in this game. Swings and misses at the first pitch. That pitch out of the zone, 1-1. Down in the dirt to make it 2-1. Into center field, that'll get down for Tom's 3rd hit of the day. And that is Frank makes his way onto third base to leave runners on the corners with only 1 out. Taylor Tankersley is going to take over on the mound. Zach at the plate to try to get the Squirrels some insurance. Zach has struck out in both at-bats so far today. This pitch is up and in. Over the plate this time, 1-1. Swing and a miss to make it 1-2. Check over on first, and it was about a wild throw, but Pena was able to glove it for it to become a disaster. Zach pulls this one foul, still 1-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. 2 away, here's Joey again with runners on the corners. 2 outs, and the first pitch is in there for a strike. Will this stay fair? It does, and that will score another run. Squirrels now up 2-0. Runners still on the corners. Graves is going to get another at-bat. We'd like him to pitch the bottom half of the inning. As he looks at strike 1. Hits this one just foul down the first base line. Makes the count 0-2. Ground ball to short, Cabrera on to first, and that will end the top of the 6th. But the Squirrels get another to make it 2-0. Shabila will lead things off for the Cubs in the bottom half of the inning. As mentioned, one more inning for Graves before we turn to Jones, I presume. First pitch is called a strike. Second pitch swung on and missed, makes it 0-2. Looks at strike 3. 1 away. Here is Tankersley, and it looks like he will get a chance to hit. He just came into the game. It's not the worst decision. First pitch was too high. Second pitch is inside. 2-0. Swings and misses to make it 2-1. Looks at strike 2. 2-2. Grounds this one to first. Terry will step on the bag. 2 away. Here's Matt Merton to start the third go-around for the Cubs. He's 1 for 2. Looks at strike 1. Up the middle, and that will be his second hit of the day. Merton 2 for 3. The rest of the Cubs not doing so well. Orlando Cabrera 1 for 2 with 0 for 2 with the strikeout. Oh, this one gets away. That will move Merton to second. And Cabrera with a 1-1 count. Fastball in there for strike 2. Another fastball gets a swing and a miss, and that will end the 6th inning. A 2-0 Squirrels lead as we move into the 7th inning, and they are back at the top of their order. Kester 0 for 3. Did reach on an error back in the first inning. Looks at ball 1. This one catches the corner for strike 1. Into left, but it's going to hook foul over by the bullpen down there. 1-2. Called strike 3 on the outside corner. 1 away. Here's Marvin. He is 1 for 3. Still batting right-handed, and that first pitch is inside. Down and out, makes it 2-0. There's a called strike. Up in the zone. This one too low. We've got a 3-1 count. Called strike. We've got a full count now with 1 out and nobody on. Called strike 3. 2 down. Here is Chief. He is 1 for 3. Has a run scored. Looks at strike 1. Swings and misses to make it 0-2. Hits this one right to third. Ozuna makes the catch. 7th inning stretch time. Squirrels up 2-0. Carlos Pena will lead off on the other side. as mentioned, we will change pitchers. We're going to bring Jones in, the usual follow-up to Graves. All right, 2-0 Squirrels. Carlos Pena has struck out in both at-bats so far today, and he starts off this at-bat with a swing and a miss on the breaking ball. Puts that into center field, and it will get down for a hit. It actually is going to roll past Marvin. Gets it back in, but not before Pena can make that into a stand-up double to lead off the 7th inning. We're going to get a pinch runner. Carlos Quinton is going to come in to run for Pena. That is a significant speed upgrade. I'm not sure how much of a difference it makes at this point, but first pitch to Rongo is down and in. That one is too low, makes it 2-0. Throws a breaking ball. That's in there for a strike. Ground ball. That is fair ball. Terry's going to step on first. It does advance the runner to third. So here is Santana with a run 90 feet away and only one out. First pitch from Jones is too high. Breaking ball too low. That fastball's inside. We've got a 3-1 count. This two-seamer in there for a strike. The breaking ball gets a swing and a miss. We've got a full count now. Ground ball to short. Throw goes to first. Quinton cannot score. So that'll bring Telemaco to the plate. Runner still on third, now with 2 outs. First pitch is outside, maybe a bit low as well. Breaking ball gets a swing and a miss. Fastball up and out. Two-seamer gets through the right side of the infield. That'll be the first Cubs run of the day. 2-1 Squirrels lead now, and we get a pinch runner again. I'm not sure which Santiago that is. It just came in to pinch run. Pablo Ozuna at the plate, looks at strike one. Swings and misses to make it 0-2. Pops up the breaking ball. Tom waiting on it, and that will end the 7th inning. Cubs do get a run, but it's still a 2-1 Squirrels lead. Terry's going to lead things off for Indianapolis in the 8th. We get some defensive changes. You guys can pause and figure that out. I'm not going to spend my time doing it. Terry grounds the first pitch to Santana at second. One away. Here's Frank. He's 1 for 3. So that pitch is too high. Looks at strike 2. Too low again. It's 2-1. Called strike. Called strike 3. 2 down. Here's Tom. He is 3 for 3 on the day. A double and 2 singles. Looks at strike 1. Hits this one a ways, but I think it's going to hook foul. It sure does. 0-2 then. Hits another one in the air, but not nearly as long. Santiago at short makes the catch. We'll go to the bottom of the 8th inning. Cubs have Shabilo leading things off. Still a 2-1 Squirrels lead, which means we get to go get Hermida into the game. Alright, Shabilo 0 for 2 today. Ground out and a strikeout. Looks at the curveball for strike 1. Fastball in there for strike 2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Here's Tankersley. Oh, actually not Tankersley. Grindell's going to come in to pinch hit. Don't remember if he is the other draft pick from this year or if that was Telemaco. Might be this guy, actually. I don't remember for sure. In any case, he's got an 0-2 count. He will swing and miss at the changeup for strike 3. 2 down. Matt Merton is 2 for 3 today. He's needed a little bit of help around him. Has not gotten it. Has an 0-2 count in this at-bat. And looks at strike 3 to end the 8th inning. We go to the 9th. The Squirrels still ahead 2 runs to 1. And Zach is going to lead things off. Carlos Marmol is going to come into the game to pitch, and Grindel will stay into the game to play shortstop. So Santiago will come out of the game. Marmol should be in his spot in the lineup. Zach has struck out in all 3 at-bats so far today. Looks at a ball to open up this at-bat. There's a called strike. Curveball misses, then a ground ball to third. Ozuna gets it over for the first out of the inning. Brings Joey to the plate. Got a base hit in his last at-bat. That pitch is out of the zone. Swing and a miss, makes it 1-1. Popped up right by the plate. Rongo makes the catch. We will get a pinch hitter here. Let's let Owada see if he can steal a hit here. First pitch called a strike. And that slider out of the zone. Down and in makes it 2-1. Out of the zone again, 3-1. Popped foul, it'll make the seats. Full count, 2 outs, nobody on base. Owada grounds to third, but it's foul. Try it again. Another fouled off towards the third base side. Swing and a miss, strike 3. We go to the bottom of the 9th. The Cubs need 1 run to stay alive, and they're going to start off with David Ortiz at the plate. He came in as part of the defensive switch after the first pinch hitters came in, so don't know if the computer is making an illegal at-bat or not. It is known to do that, but this could be legit. I just don't know why they don't have David Ortiz starting anyway, but I assume those are Ortiz's number for the whole season, not just since he got to the National League. He pops out to Kester for the first out of the inning. Here is Carlos Quinton. I do believe that is legit. He came in as a pinch runner, I do believe, for Carlos Pena, so this makes sense. Grounds this one back to Shibuya. Squirrels 1 out away from bouncing back with a win. Rongo has ground out in every at-bat so far. Looks at strike 1. Swing and a miss for strike 2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. That is your ball game. Final score today, Indianapolis Squirrels 2, Chicago Cubs 1. We will take a look at some highlights. That's what I thought. Tom had that first RBI. All right, Shibuya and Tom will split player of the game honors. Thank you everybody for watching. If you'd like to like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff, feel very free. Otherwise, I do believe we have one more back here in Wrigley tomorrow. We will see you then.